7 signs you're living beyond your means. Sign number 1, you're not saving at least 15% of your after-tax income. So if you make $3,000 a month after taxes, you should be putting away $450 a month at least. Now this does include 401k contributions, so if you're doing that, great. But yeah, you should be at least at 15%, hopefully higher, but 15% as a base minimum. Sign number 2, you have no savings or emergency fund. So a recent survey just found that 37% of Americans couldn't come up with the cash for a $1,000 emergency. You should really try to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up in your emergency fund for a rainy day. So if you don't have this already, you need to cut back on your spending and get to there as quick as possible. Okay, sign number 3, you have a credit card balance or you're not paying off your credit card every single month. This is pretty obvious to me, but a lot of people think that having a credit card balance is normal and that, most people do it. It's absolutely incredible how high the interest rates are on these things. So you need to get out of credit card debt immediately. Never hold a balance on your credit card each month. You need to be paying it off every single month. If you can't do that, you need to cut up your credit card and only pay with cash. So sign number 4 that you're living beyond your means, you're living paycheck to paycheck, meaning you're not saving anything each paycheck that you get, each month that you work, everything's just going out, you're spending your money as soon as you make it. And this comes back to some of the other signs, but ultimately, you are a slave to your paycheck because you're living beyond your means, you're not saving enough money, and you're either not making enough money or you're spending way too much on potentially unnecessary things. Sign number 5 is you're borrowing from friends and family. If you're unable to make enough money to cover the expenses that you have in a given month, and you find yourself asking friends and family to help you along the way, either you need to really cut back on spending, or maybe you are in a tough time but you need to pay them back immediately. Whatever the case is, if there is something, say for example, and I know a lot of people that do this, you want to buy this nicer car and you just need a few extra grand or something from your parents or friends. And this is a clear opportunity to just say, wait a sec, I don't need this car, and then cut back on your spending, live below your means until you're really able to afford what you want without asking or borrowing from friends and family. Sign number 6 that you're living beyond your means, you take out loans for anything really, but specifically I want to call out people that take out loans to go on vacations. And this really does happen. I know people that do this. They go into credit card debt because they want to go to Costa Rica or wherever, or Hawaii. Just don't do this. This is absolutely so dumb, but a lot of people do it, and it's easy to watch Instagram and say, oh, I want to be doing all these cool things and traveling, but if your money isn't right, then you need to stop, take a second look at your expenses and live below your means for a while until you're able to afford these things that you want. Okay, final sign number 7, your rent or mortgage is more than 30% of your before tax income. So if you made, for example, $100,000 and you spend 40 grand on your mortgage or rent a year, that means you're spending 40% of your before tax income on rent or your mortgage. If this is the case, you're probably spending too much on this. You need to look at it. You need to maybe move into a smaller place, get some roommates, downsize your house, whatever the case is. You're probably living beyond your means. In certain cases, certain parts of the country, yes, it may be pretty difficult to get under 30%, but in most places, you're probably living beyond your means. So I hope these 7 signs of living beyond your means helps you. Take a look at your expenses, see where you can cut down on or cut back on, and yeah, thanks for joining. Please subscribe.